Welcome to the Vantage Fit Corporate Wellness Podcast. This podcast is sponsored by Vantage Fit, the all-in-one AI-powered corporate wellness platform developed by Vantage Circle.
Breathing is so fundamental to life. It is the atom of inner courage that leads us into authentic living. Even though breathwork is an ancient technique or practice, it today needs to be infused into our modern lifestyle to enhance a healthy living. So let's talk more about breathwork in this exciting new episode of Vantage Fit Corporate Wellness Podcast on integrating breathwork as a wellness strategy at the workplace. With us today, we have Ed Harrold, who is an author, inspirational leader, public speaker, coach, and educator. Ed's mastery in the science of mindful breathing has guided him to apply conscious breathing practices in corporate health and performance coaching, stress reduction, etc., and overall health and well-being. Hello and welcome to our podcast, Ed. We are so glad to have you here.
Thank you.
So shall we begin with the first question? How would you explain breathwork or the art of breathing?
We move through our day, as we move through our week, as we move through our life, so that we can remain in rhythm. We can constantly grow. We can take care of our heart. And we can spiritually grow from the inside out.
Yes, absolutely. So breathing is something which, we think that only taking the air is breathing. But I think breathing has more to it, right?
Yeah, the breathing is everything. Because without it, you would not have a body.
Absolutely. So what are the health and wellness benefits of breathwork? Would you like to explain it to our listeners?
So, first of all, having an understanding of these four fundamental basic principles. Number one, breathing through your nose and taking less breaths per minute. Less breaths per minute is going to mean a resting heart rate. The heart rate will not elevate. When you have a resting heart rate, your blood pressure is in balance. It's not too high. It's not too low. When our blood pressure is healthy, the neurochemistry of our brain is an open channel. It's easy for us to learn new skills. It's easier for us to evolve our thoughts from yesterday to today. And there's an absence of fear in the brain or insecurity. And when there's an absence of fear in the brain and the brain senses safety, then the body will burn fat all day long rather than store fat. And fat is an endurance fuel. Work is a mental endurance event. So we want to control the breath to keep the heart rate down, to stabilize our blood pressure, optimal neurochemistry, and always burn fat as fuel, not store fat.
Right. So, Ed, are there any types of breathwork? And if so, which of them would be the best for employees working for 9 to 5? Which technique would be the best for them?
Okay. So the primary breathing muscle is right here. And you'll never see it in a mirror, but it's called the thoracic diaphragm muscle. And this muscle separates your belly from your heart and lungs. And on the inhale, it presses vertically down onto your low back, creating wonderful posture, and it stimulates the energy of digestion and relaxation in your upper belly. So if you can inhale slowly through your nose and feel that diaphragm muscle pressing down, supporting your spine, supporting your mind, and then allowing the air to slowly rise up to your collarbone. That's a full inhale. You need energy, but you want calm energy. And then exhaling through your nose longer than your inhale. So for beginners, you might want to inhale for a count of 2 and exhale for 4. Or inhale 3, exhale 6. Inhale for a count of 4, exhale 8. So maybe every hour you take a minute and you just slide the computer away. You take a little brain break and you just take a minute. You don't need to take a lot of time. And you just practice slowly remembering how you were breathing when you were a young child. And if you have young children in your life, you'll notice, number one, they're breathing through their nose. Number two, their inhale is slow, steady, and rhythmic from the belly to the shoulders.
True.
And number three, the exhale is longer than the inhale.
Yes. Like for people like us who are working for a job like 9 to 5, it's so difficult for us to gather a moment for ourselves, get a mindful breathing, what I say. So like I want to share this. So I'm being an asthma patient. I have started doing pranayam. And after that, I have actually started feeling, the difference, not just, physically, the mental and spiritual wellness I had experienced through breathwork. So I suggest people to start doing it because I have personally experienced the difference through breathwork. As you have said, to take, inhale and exhale. Taking a moment to do that is very necessary in our lives, if I'm right.
It's a miracle that we can do it. No other animal on earth can control its breath but human beings.
Absolutely.
So when we pause and just take a minute for ourselves, what we're saying to our deeper self is that I have value. I am lovable. I am productive, but I must take time to repair the body, slow the brain down, become more mindful, and then go back and engage the computer.
Absolutely, Ed. I agree with you. So, does breathwork help eliminate stress or related mental and physical health problems at work?
Yes. So, breath work is the number one tool to take something that in the past or right now might be stressful to us and gradually begin to slow that stressor down and neutralize it so that we don't have that stressful effect in the body. You'll notice when you're stressed, the first thing you might notice is that your breath rate has become rapid. You're breathing faster. Your brain is sensing danger and it's beginning to organize an aggression or defensive attack to that thought form or to that email or to that person. And we have to remember, these are just thoughts. They are not a wild tiger chasing you down the hallway. And you are in no danger of these thoughts until you say you are.
Yes.
So when you notice that you've been triggered and you've been stressed and you're reacting in a way that's beneath you, the first thing I'd say to myself is, I notice I've been triggered and I'm in stress. I would prefer not to be in stress because you can't fix stress when you're not stressed. You must correct it on the fly. So as soon as you slow your inhale down into that stressor, you'll notice the movie that you're watching in your head will begin to move slower. You'll be able to identify the parts of that story that are not real.
Yes.
You'll begin to see the parts of the story that are real. And you'll begin to find tools based on your skill sets to adjust the stressor so that you learn from it, so that it doesn't affect you again. So slowing down your inhale is alerting your brain that I am safe, I am strong, and I can think my way through this without responding to that stressor the same way you did last week or last year or 10 years ago. So slow down your inhale. Sit up tall in your spine. Relax your mind and know that you're in a teachable moment. You can learn something here. So stress, when we can manage it effectively with breath, we become students of improving our life.
I agree with you.
Thank you.
So coming to the next question, can you suggest some simple ways to practice breathwork?
Yes. So there's 4 parts to each breath that we take every day. And we have 20,000 breaths that we're going to take every day. The first part is the inhale. The second part is the inhale and exhale. The third part is the exhale. And the fourth part is the space between the exhale and the next inhale. So one of the ways that we can remain more reflective at work rather than reactive is that we slow down the inhale, we hold the breath in for 2 seconds, and we stop the mind. We silence the mind right there, and we become present. completely conscious. And then we exhale through the nose, and then we hold the breath out for a 2 count. And we find another point of stillness, another point of silence before we inhale again. So the next inhale is stable. It's relaxed. So do you want to practice it?
Yes, let's try it.
Okay, so let's just sit up tall, relax our face. And then if you wish, you can close your eyes. If not, keep them open. And in your own way, bring your attention to your nose. Inhale slowly through your nose and hold the breath in for a 2 count. Exhale slowly through your nose and hold the breath out for a 2 count. Repeat. Slow motion inhale. Hold for 2. Slow motion exhale. Hold out for 2. One more. Really slow inhale. Hold for 2 and relax. Slow exhale. Hold out for 2 and relax your mind. Take a deep breath in and notice how that feels.
Absolutely amazing.
And we all can do this.
Yes.
The idea is to have wealth and health together as one.
Yes. The balance, the coherent balance, right?
Yeah. There is no power outside of us.
Yes.
The only power we have is inside us as we interact with the outside world. So the breath turns us on inside so that what we see outside is not fearful. It's not debilitating. It's not. So if you're seeing stress outside of you, that's reflecting something inside of you that we can correct with inhale, hold 2, exhale, hold 2.
Yes. So Ed, what is your take on wellness programs? And why should corporate wellness programs integrate or promote breathwork?
Because there is no sustainable wealth without health.
Absolutely.
We invest thousands of dollars in training people to do their job. If we can use wellness programs to train people in the softer skills of how we talk to ourselves in our mind, how we feel about ourselves, and the spiritual essence that's available to us in the workplace, healthcare costs will go down. We'll be happier at home. We will sleep better at night. We will communicate clearly. We will be in the truth. So having a fundamental understanding of how the mind works, how the brain works, how the heart works, and how our feelings work in our belly, it's all connected by our breath. And when companies make a contribution or an investment in human capital, what they're saying is that I want you to be healthy. You're a valued member of our team. We appreciate what you're doing for us beyond money that I can give you, because the money will never love you back. But I can show you skills so that you can grow as a human being. You can be healthier. You can be happier. You can be kind. You don't need to be angry. You don't need to attack others. You don't need to miss work. So as we begin to invest in the inner world, everything in the outer world becomes easier and adaptable on the fly.
I cannot agree more on this point with you, Harrold. You're so right.
Thank you.
Coming to the last part, would you like to share some valuable tips to our listeners and also where they can find you?
Well, number one is every day opening your eyes with a heightened state of gratitude. You have the opportunity to be you. There is no one else like you on the planet. There's 7 billion other people, but there's only one you. Don't try to be like anybody else. Try to be you. And the more that you can be you, it will be easier for you to do things. Try to remain positive. and allow your heart to think with your brain when there's decisions that are being made very, very quickly. Because the heart doesn't have an agenda. The heart will always keep you on true north and authentic. All the things that we do during the day that we make choices on, we want to make the best choice. We want to make it calmly. So go to your breath more often when there's a big decision there, or when you begin to notice stress. Go to your breath to bring that stress level down so the next choice you make is your best choice. It's not a fear choice. And then at the end of the day, when you're falling asleep at night, when you're lying on your pillow, just gently in your own way, rewind your day. And don't judge it. Don't compete with it. Don't label it. Just review your day from where you are right now, falling asleep, to where you were 12 hours ago when you got up. And this helps the brain reorganize itself when we're sleeping so that when the next day comes, you're calmer, you're more self-confident, you have more self-esteem, you sense that you have value. So just giving yourself little lampposts, starting early in the morning, heightened state of gratitude, love yourself. No one can ever love you any more than you love yourself. So love yourself. Number 2, work with your breath during the day so that you remain in rhythm. You improve your habits. You love your life. You are positive. And then when you're falling asleep and you're starting to go from conscious to unconscious, just in your own way, rewind your day. Just become conscious of it. Whether it was a good day or a bad day, doesn't matter. It's over. Just smile with it all and know that there's no such thing as failure. There is only lessons. So you can reach me at www.edharrold.com. That's HARROLD. Behind me, you'll see 2 of my books. That one is called BodyMindBusiness, which acknowledges the intelligence of the body and can help the mind make good choices. The other is called Life with Breath, IQ plus EQ. In other words, emotional intelligence with mental intelligence is how we form thought in our mind. So honoring both, and both books have a 30-day breathing program in them so that in 30 days, your life will be completely different. Your backpack of life will be lighter. Your heart will be open. You will be lighter in your steps and you will smile more. And smiles are contagious. So when people see you smile, it gives the other folks permission to smile also.
Absolutely. I'm going to get one for sure. I need it so much.
Actually,
I also needed this session more than anything today. So thank you so much, Ed, for enlightening us on this topic. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vantage Fit. I appreciate everything you're doing for employees and employers.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening to Vantage Fit Corporate Wellness Podcast. Please do subscribe to Vantage Fit Corporate Wellness Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and our YouTube channel for new episodes.